Today News Update.
A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, August 23. So glad you could join us. Consumers are now able to cut or eliminate their electricity bills and earn money by installing larger renewable energy systems without requiring a license as government householders' right to renewable energy policy takes effect. At a news conference today, officials said they're expecting about 50,000 residents to take up the offer. Chief Energy Conservation and Renewable Energy Officer in the Ministry of Energy, William Hines, said the policy will allow residents to earn while potentially coming off the grid.
If you've never had a system on your house before and you want to go up to 10 kilowatts, you can do so. If you already have a 8 kilowatt system on your roof through the licensing process or outside of the licensing process, and you want to have this opportunity, you can augment what you have up to 10 kilowatts using your householder's right to renewable energy. So there's no licensing process. And my colleague will show you that it takes no more than 2 minutes to actually go online and do the application. So basically, this is an opportunity for householders to benefit, not just in benefit in terms of reducing your electricity bill, benefit in terms of bringing your electricity bill to zero, or even benefit in terms of having investment income where your electricity bill is not only gone to zero, but you're actually making money from having the renewable energy on the grid.
In other news, one person was injured in a shooting incident at Alkins, St. Michael this evening. The victim was taken for medical treatment via a private vehicle. Police are continuing investigations. Local weather forecasters are monitoring several tropical waves, but they say one is of immediate interest. A weather information statement from the Barbados Meteorological Services highlighted a tropical wave located near 52 degrees west or 1,080 kilometers, that's 670 miles southeast of Barbados at 2 p.m. The Met Office said the system is expected to bring some moderate to heavy showers and thunderstorms around Thursday. The next update on the system will be issued at noon tomorrow. Emergency management agencies in the region are bolstering their logistical response capabilities using lessons learned from previous natural disasters and emergencies. Program Manager in charge of preparedness and response at the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, Joanne Prasad, gave that assurance on Tuesday during the opening ceremony of an emergency response equipment workshop on the use and deployment of emergency response equipment.
Relief and logistics management continues to be a critical element for development. This was evident in the operations for Hurricanes Maria and Irma in 2017 and Tropical Storm Erica in 2015, among many other events in this region. At the regional level, challenges included the lack of predictability of assets to the movement of supplies, personnel and equipment, and the lack of financing to support the relief and logistics operations, to name only a few. At the national level, additional challenges included managing the overwhelming influx of unsolicited goods, inadequate storage, and insufficient procedures and personnel to manage relief supplies.
15 more squatters in Rock Hall St. Philip will be moving into their new homes by November, while work continues on completing houses for the scores of others that still remain. Word of this from Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, Dwight Sutherland. He said his ministry is making headway, but the Hurricane Elsa relief effort continues to put a strain on the project. Sutherland told Barbados Today 7 people have moved to the parish land extension in St. Philip, where some 22 houses have been constructed to relocate residents from Rock Hall, and the other 15 will be relocated in another 3 months. More than 250 structures are to be bulldozed in Rock Hall, and people living there will be accommodated at other sites, including Concordia North and Clifden in St. Philip and Leadville, Christchurch. The Fishers of Men Charity and Chefette Restaurants have joined forces to provide school uniforms to just over 100 children from low-income households in time for the new school year. The charity CEO, Sharon Bellamy, is pleased the children will be outfitted when the new school year begins next month.
This was COVID and many people was laid off, still not working. There are many kids here that their father has passed away under different circumstances and stuff like that. And I'm so happy today that I can be here to supply kids, because I believe in Barbados that kids should be educated, that every child should be privileged to go to school and have a great education.
Managing Director of ABEDS, Eddie Abed, is pleased to assist with providing uniforms.
This has become a sad reality every year we're back to school. There's so many people in need that we go above and beyond to try to assist. There are many organizations out there trying to assist. Sharon in particular has worked with us for several years, and we are always pleased to work with her. She brings an energy to this I've very rarely seen in other people. She goes out and she finds sponsors, she finds the individuals who need help. She comes in with them, she polices it. I mean, she's just phenomenal. And I'm telling you, she's getting nothing out of this. This is purely to give back. I have nothing but big respect for her.
Regional and international news coming up after this short break.
Pure oxygen is way more than just water. We infuse pristine water with over 1 billion tiny oxygen bubbles using our state-of-the-art process. The benefits of additional oxygen are huge, from strengthening your immune system to increasing energy levels, stamina, and sports performance. And that's not all. It also improves skin health, helps you sleep better, and reduces stress. Join the movement of people experiencing the benefits of pure oxygen. It's not hype, it's science.
Welcome back to Regional Happenings. At least 2 people have been killed in the Haitian capital Port-au-Prince during anti-government protests.
Chaos in Port-au-Prince. Haiti is a country without a functioning government, its economy's collapsed, and protesters are demanding Prime Minister Ariel Henry step down.
We Haitian people will demonstrate with our plates and spoons and blankets and pillows in front of Ariel Henry's house to ask him to resign, because hunger and insecurity are killing us all.
During the demonstrations, a man was shot and killed. Witnesses say the attacker fled in a car. Gang violence has surged since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse last year. His successor enjoys support from the international community, but has been criticised for saying he has no plans to step down until elections are held.
We live in a society where people can't afford to eat and drink. If conditions for the most vulnerable people here don't improve, we will stay on the streets. We have a different vision for the country, one where young people can thrive.
Haiti is still struggling to recover from a magnitude 7.2 earthquake that destroyed the southern tip of the peninsula a year ago. Crippling economic conditions are likely to worsen as the political crisis drags on.
On the international scene, in Kenya, opposition leader Raila Odinga has filed a motion challenging the outcome of this month's presidential election in the Supreme Court. He insists the results are flawed.
Raila Odinga and his supporters went to Kenya's Supreme Court just before the deadline for challenging the election results. He submitted dozens of boxes of documents as evidence, along with his petition. It asks the court to nullify the election's outcome on several grounds.
There are forgery of election documents. There was interference with the integrity of the technology that was used in the elections. There was also falsification of results which were uploaded into the networks that were operated by the Electoral Commission.
Kenyans voted in elections 2 weeks ago. Raila Odinga has run for president 4 times before, leading the opposition. This time he had the backing of his historical rival, outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta. His main opponent was Deputy President William Ruto. Last week, the Electoral Commission declared him the winner with just over 50% of the vote. Raila's supporters don't believe it. Many of them believe he's been rigged out of election victories before. He's challenged the results of the last 3 elections in court.
Supporters of Raila Odinga hope that the court process will favour them, as it did 5 years ago when Raila Odinga challenged the election results in the Supreme Court. ruled that there had been serious irregularities and it ordered a rerun.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates or like us on Facebook. Sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on our Zoom Medium bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.